Hello guys, welcome to Benghazi TV. Been a while, as and when we always come around, and so we are in again today with some content for you. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. It's important. Just hit on the buttons you see down there. You can see it, subscription or subscribe. Hit on that button. It is so important for me. I appreciate you so much for having done that for me here. So very busy day weekend. I mean, and of course the week as well. Very busy. We're already midweek, but today there's news all over, and we are here today for some education. I'm sure you woke up to news of a fine by the GFA on a player who plays for Nations FC in the Ghana Premier League, Anor, who scored against Kotoko in the Ghana Premier League game and took off his jersey and had a T-shirt on in front of which he had an inscription, "I belong to Jesus," religious inscription. Now, the GFA today fined him. The amount, I'm sure, is not a big amount. 500 Ghana cedis, the fine they imposed on him. The player, after having seen that particular fine, responded with a tweet, and you can see the tweet as well here on the channel, where he sought to, if you like, equate a player's, signaling his belief, religion, to the promotion of LGBTQ, and he questioning why those who are involved in LGBTQ can go ahead and promote, and why he cannot promote his religion or his faith. So be it. But one thing was clear, and there have been reactions all over, in Ghana and beyond, on social media, traditional media as well, on whether the punishment given out to the player was one that was fair or was unfortunate, in that people are expressing no manner of thoughts that they think it's a bit harsh on the player for the FA to have fined him just for displaying his religious belief and the inscription, "I belong to Jesus." Question though we need to ask ourselves is, are there rules in the game that govern the game that prohibits footballers, sportsmen from showing anything of a sort? And if it is, then why did the player not know that? And I can tell you for a fact, for those of you who don't know, and I'm sure education is coming out clearly now, it is one of the rules captured in the FIFA laws governing the sport. So FIFA, UEFA, that's in Europe, CAF for us in Africa, and the GFA, in their bylaws or the rules that govern the game, there are rules that state clearly, without mentioning words, that you cannot do A, B, C, and D. Let me run by you that law. If you want to know this, it's just FIFA Law 4. That is the Law 4. But the bit that talks about, slogans, inscriptions on jerseys and the rest is Law 4, Section 5, if you like. So Law 4, Section 5. That speaks about slogans, statements, images, and advertising on sports apparel, jerseys, equipment players use, all of that. Now, I will read that for you, and it says, equipment must not have any political, religious, or personal slogans, statements, or images. Now, players must not reveal undergarments that show political, religious, personal slogans and statements than the manufacturer's logo. For any offense, the player and or the team will be sanctioned by the competition organizer, National Football Association, or FIFA. So it is very explicit. When we say explicit, it means it's clear, crystal clear, that that cannot be done. And the thinking or rationale behind this rule is that sports, and for that matter football, is one that embraces people from all walks of life, all religions, all race, and everywhere you come from. We embrace everybody. So they cannot allow sports personalities to be preaching their personal beliefs. You can practice your belief. It is the reason why players can score goals and can do the cross sign. They can pray. Some can even bow. If you're a Muslim, bow. That one is allowed. It is you practicing your religion. It is not infringed on. But for when it is you go a step further, and that's where the law or the rule is so clear, to write inscriptions, advertise, and push that agenda, then the law frowns on that. There's been several examples in the past of footballers who found themselves falling prey, including even Ghanaian players. In 2013, at the Nations Cup, our very own Black Stars player, Wakasu Mubarak, fell prey to this rule. When after having scored a goal for Ghana, he took off his jersey, another jersey, and I'll show you the image. He had another jersey. I think Allah is great. Something like that sort. Allah is always great. He was punished. He missed Ghana's next game. He was punished because of that. There's been other examples in the past. Not too long ago, even in the English Premier League, we had examples of Cody Gakpo, who wore something similar to what Anor wore in Ghana. I belong to Jesus. When after a Liverpool game, took off his jersey and was showing that. The EPL issued a stern warning to Cody Gakpo and warned him and his team, Liverpool, that the next time he repeats itself, he will be severely punished. He was sanctioned and warned. In the past, we had the likes of Mark Gay of Crystal Palace when they were promoting the LGBTQ armband stuff. You recall, he wrote on the armband, "Jesus loves you, I love Jesus," and it led to all manner of uproar around. There have been several examples. Neymar Jr. has been punished in the past, several players. So it cannot be an excuse. It's a law and it must apply as such. I am only here today to give us some education on this bit. I know people are expressing all manner of thoughts because people are not happy with the punishment given out to those of us who are religious. I'm a Christian myself, and I'll stand for my religion and I believe all the time. But laws are laws. If you commit to do a few things that binds that, we must live by that. So Yawanok clearly was wrong, and he knows that if he has done the wrong, he must suffer the punishment or the consequence. It's as simple as that. So he needs to go pay the fine, and I'm told his club have agreed to pay the fine for him. They are very much okay with the decision. They are accepting the decision, so they'll pay the fine for the player. Henceforth, what it means is that all clubs in the Ghana Premier League and even below, Division 1, 2, and the others, must educate their players on some of these rules or laws that govern the game, so they don't fall prey or foul to some of these rules that govern our game. It's very important that the clubs in Ghana play that role for the players. If they don't know, educate them, because you not knowing, ignorance, they say, is not an excuse. You not knowing does not mean you'll be forgiven or the law will not have to be applied on you. It will be applied on you stricto sensu. So you must live accordingly. So that's the education bit. It's a clear-cut rule in Rule 4, Section 5, if you like, or the FIFA rules. And that's the one that speaks on statements, slogans, displays, images that have connotations, the religious, political connotations. Those ones are not allowed in the sport. So education for us today. Your comments are always welcome on the channel. Let's get to hear from you on this as well today on the show. Gracias.